2 years ago, something happened to me that I'll never forget. It all started when my dad's cousin, who was getting ready for a heart procedure called a coronary angiography, called me for advice. I was working as a nurse at the time, in the coronary care unit, where patients who have heart issues, like heart attacks, are monitored. He wanted to know more about the procedure and asked if I'd be working when he was scheduled. His appointment was on a Thursday, which happened to be my day off. I was set to go back to work on Saturday afternoon. Around the same time, my grandfather was admitted to the same hospital, but in a different ward. The days passed, and Thursday came. I was home, resting, and decided to take a nap. That's when I had a strange dream. In the dream, I was at work, and suddenly, I heard a heart monitor beeping loudly. I turned and saw an old woman going into cardiac arrest. I rushed to do CPR, and I noticed I was wearing a red doctor's uniform. Where I come from, they say if you see red in a dream, it means something is going to happen soon. I woke up sweating, my heart racing, feeling like something was wrong. Just then, my dad came home and asked me to go to the hospital to drop off a phone charger for my grandfather because my grandmother couldn't find it. We went to the hospital, and after I visited my grandfather, I decided to check on my uncle. I walked into the ward and asked a nurse where he was. She looked at me with sad eyes and said, "Your uncle had a cardiac arrest during his procedure. He's in the ICU now." I felt my body go cold. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I ran downstairs in tears to tell my dad. I should mention here that I lost my mom 5 years ago, so I prayed to her for help. I begged her not to let my uncle die. That night, I had another dream. I was in a white room when suddenly a door opened through the wall, and my mom walked in. She came up to me and said, "I know it's been a long time since I've come to see you, but I need to tell you something. I have to leave now so that your uncle doesn't come with us. Everyone's waiting for him, but he can't come yet." She got up, walked to the door, and left. When I woke up, I felt calm and sure that everything would be okay. Later that day, my dad told me that my uncle had survived. He had been taken off life support and was back in the observation room. On Saturday, when I went to work, I saw my uncle. I didn't say much, but the on-call doctor told me it was a miracle he survived. Weeks later, I met my uncle at a park. I told him about the dream, a bit nervously, worried he might find it strange. But what he said next sent shivers down my spine. "I know," he said. "I saw your mom too. She was with my mom, who passed away years ago. When I had the cardiac arrest, they were both there, pushing me back down." Nothing about this felt like a coincidence. Later, when I started working permanently in the ICU, I checked the logbook. I found the date of my uncle's admission. The time? 5 in the afternoon, the same time I'd had the dream about my mom. If you ever had a vision or a dream about your beloved ones, please share it in the pinned comment.